Good morning, beautiful human being. It's absolutely wonderful to be here with you, virtually, sadly, rather than us sitting in a field together. I'm John, and you're most welcome here. Yeah, I wish we were actually together. I think that would be a really good thing at this point in time. And so maybe next time. Maybe next time, you know, a nice place near a mountain, near the ocean somewhere. I just want an excuse to come back to the US, quite honestly. And I think we have a lot that we can do, you know, using these kind of tools. So I wanted to say thank you for joining me for this meditation practice. After it, I will share just 3 poems with you, including a really beautiful thing I've discovered recently, even though it's quite an old poem, by a Mexican shaman woman whose name was Maria Sabina. She's really worth checking out. The poem is called Heal Yourself, and then I'll read a couple of things from a couple of my books. I'm just so grateful for you being here. It's wonderful that we can get together in any way that we can. And today we're going to practice a meditation called the Hridayam practice. I call it the 3 hearts practice. It's also known as a kind of self-realization practice. For today, we've called it Your Authentic Heart, because it's about that part of you through the heart, not that much to do with the mind, that comes before all the conditioning, all the ideas of who we think we are, all those struggles to attain. There's something that has always felt like yourself within yourself, and that's where we're heading. And by keeping it centered in the heart, we get our love and compassion along with it, because those are absolutely necessary on every step of the journey, as well, you know. So here's to you with a very big cup of tea at this point in time. It's a cold morning, hence the blanket, so I hope you're comfortable as well. And because you're just visiting me in my home, there may be some noises from outside and things like that happens being on a street. And if they are, let's just allow noises to be there, just to be part of the practice. We don't need ideal situations. We don't need to be away somewhere other than we are. It's just life going on. So we just let ourselves be in life. But we'll attend to that in the practice. I've got my favorite singing bowl out. So let's begin. We'll begin and end with the bowl. Let's begin by just settling down for practice. I'm seated in a one leg in front of the other sort of posture, sort of almost cross-legged, you know, sitting on a meditation cushion. You sit in the way that's right for you. You can even lie down for this if you want to. Just be comfortable. If you are lying down, put a little something under your head and a little something under your knees. And I just want to invite you just to, even as you're just getting settled now, just feel the space of the room around you. Allow yourself to begin dropping into ease, but not making a meditation face or trying to achieve anything. However you are right now is where we begin. So let's begin by ringing the bowl 3 times. And I just want to invite you to allow yourself to listen to the sound, but also as the sound fades away, listen to the silence as well, equally. And just allow that to come into you. listening and being with the silence. Becoming aware of the feeling of your clothes against your skin, your body sitting on the cushion, allowing ease to come. Aware of your feet, legs, buttocks on the cushion, making a little move if you need to just settle into your practice. And then allowing yourself to become still. Allow yourself to disengage with your digital devices, not to think of emails or Instagrams. But just allow yourself this time with the deepest aspect of yourself. Being aware of your spine rising up, lifting at the heart, but not pulling ourselves up, just being lifted by life. We allow our shoulder blades to drop, our shoulders to relax. Let our arms be heavy, hands on our knees or on our laps. Aware of your head, softening your face, closing your eyes if that's right for you. If you have suffered from PTSD or trauma, you have trauma flashes, or you are stuck on something very strongly, emotionally, mentally, I invite you to allow your eyes to remain open. Just look 5 or 6 feet ahead of you at the floor very softly, keeping your focus but just softening your eyes. In Zen they recommend this as a way of staying safe. So it's just about keeping you safe. It's no less a meditation practice for having your eyes closed or open. As you relax your face, becoming aware of that inner smile that comes to the lips as you relax your jaw, allowing that inner smile to be in your throat area, in your upper chest, your heart, your whole chest, your abdomen. And as you bring awareness to your abdomen from within, bringing awareness also to your diaphragm. Can you allow yourself to be easy in your diaphragm? Are you holding on to some feeling or thought tightly and not breathing? So not taking any extra breath, but just softening into the abdomen, and so breath begins to move more easily. Maybe there's even a sigh. Aware of your whole abdomen, aware of your groins, your reproductive and your excretory organs, your perineum. And this might surprise you going there, but no part of yourself is unworthy to be here. We're not just heads or hearts, we're whole beings, whole bodies. And in meditation, every part of the body, every atom of you, every feeling, every thought, all that you are is welcome. We're just meeting life in this moment. From the place that we are right now. We're not even going to try and get somewhere else. So I just want to invite you to let go of any idea of meditation, of making a meditation face. And just be how you are. How does your mind feel? Don't try and change it. Just notice how your mind is. How are you emotionally, physically? Notice if there's a story going of, oh, me, or if only this. And even if that is there, then not trying to stop that, but simply noting that you can observe that. You don't need to get rid of it. As we drop back into heart awareness, those things just settle themselves down. So I just want to invite you to bring your awareness to your heart area, just with your felt sense. And notice that your natural breath is moving in your abdomen. I would just like to invite you to allow your breath to also move in and out through your physical heart. And perhaps as you just even begin this, you notice that there's a warmth, or there might even be a slight ache as you bring attention here. and that's perfectly normal. Just being aware of your physicality and your heart. The chambers, the heart muscle, the connections, the veins. And your breath moving in and out through the heart. Breath into the chambers, breath around the heart. Perhaps even this has made you feel a little vulnerable. And so I'd invite you, if you feel like, to just place one of your hands on your heart. And you can keep your hand there throughout this practice. Just that self-soothing, kind touch to yourself. And again, just noting if our mind moves with any story or judgment or criticism towards yourself or to somebody else. And just notice if that's there. Breathing through the physical heart. Not trying to control the mind. And of course, this physical awareness has brought you into emotional awareness immediately. And emotion often moves quite strongly within meditation. Don't be surprised if there's emotion. We're not trying to get rid of anything here. So breathing into that emotional heart. So the first heart is the physical heart. The second heart, the emotional heart. Not trying to change your feelings, but just breathing into the spaces between them, around them. Beautiful. Perhaps you notice that after a few moments, things just naturally sort of settle down a little bit. It always takes about 7 to 10 minutes when you first sit for meditation to move through what I call the rapids. And it's like this for everybody. First 10 minutes are always a bit jaggy. We're not getting it wrong. Just being aware that you're aware of the sense of your mind, how your mind feels. And just notice that you're noticing mind. You're aware of your emotions and your hand on your heart. You're aware of your body. You're aware of the room around you. Notice how the space of the room is what allows you to be here. Notice that the space within yourself is what allows for the new and for the meeting of the moment, for love, for change. If we fill our room with too much furniture, there's no way to live within that room easily. So it is with our insides. But first we have to see what we've done. Now, as you are feeling the space between the emotional heart and the physical heart, perhaps you notice that behind them, this observing part of yourself, the awareness, this part of you feels like you. Not the thought you, or the caught in emotion you, or the I would like to achieve this you, or I did that, or this person did this to me you. But something in you that has always felt like yourself. perhaps it's newer, or an original sense of self, something dignified and sovereign. And we're not trying to create this. This is just already there, always has been. And we're not trying to grab onto it or inflame it. You're just noting the move to this deeper part of yourself. The breath continues through the heart, even into this space. And it's this that is called the Hridayam, or the I am, or the self, which is very different from the self of created consciousness, the consciousness that's made by being in the situations that we're in and having the upbringings that we have, that filters and sorts things in its particular way. Just resting into the I am, into the Hridayam. Allowing yourself to feel yourself sitting on your cushion, the room around you. And note that even in this short time that the mind has probably stilled itself a little bit, that the emotional heart has opened and flowered, that perhaps there's even a sense of flowering within yourself, of the Hridayam opening, filling your chest and your throat, your abdomen and your lower organs, your lower body parts, your arms, your legs, your feet, your hands, your head. Almost as if it's within all of your cells. How does this feel to you? Can you feel that deeper life throughout your whole body? Can you notice that you're not creating this? You're also aware of your 5 senses operating. Clothes against your skin, the light coming in through your eyes, the sound in your ears, and so on. All this awareness, all this experience. And if the mind jumps you out, or a little something moves and lifts you out of the practice, not trying to get back to where you came from, but just simply softening again, breathing through the heart, and meeting this moment rather than trying to get to an old moment or an experience of something that you've seen in a video or read in a book. When we give up those things, then we're meditating. It's like having a little holiday with yourself, vacationing in your own soul. Just taking a moment now of silence. In a moment, I'm going to ring the bell and bring this practice to a close. Amazingly, we've been sitting for 20 minutes already. And there's no need to switch between states from meditation to jumping into other things. This sense of hridayam, of heart, that is before even emotion, is really part of who you are. And it allows us to see ourselves and others with great love and compassion, without the filter of our conditioning upon us, or less of it. As we practice this each day, the I Am in us will sing clearer and clearer, and then we actually begin to move very quickly beyond fear and reaction into love and the ability to respond spontaneously within the moment. Just taking your time. If you feel like continuing to sit, then please do just pause this video, come back to it later on if you feel like, or if you feel like continuing with your day now, then you can join me in just a moment for a sharing of just a handful of poems. Or if you have to go on with the rest of your day, then bless you. I appreciate you for your practice, for yourself, and for your turning up. Thank you so much. Bless you. I'll just let you in on a little secret that I've already recorded the poems because the day is the wrong way around here. It's just been one of those days. So marvellously, they're just going to get put on now. Lots of love to you. Take care, and thank you for being here with us. Thank you so much for meditating with me. I've grabbed myself a cup of coffee and a little handful of poems. And this is called Heal Yourself by Maria Sabina, who was a Mexican shaman woman who is really worth checking out if you get the time. Cure yourself with the light of the sun and the rays of the moon, with the sound of the river and the waterfall, with the swaying of the sea and the fluttering of birds. Heal yourself with mint, with neem, with eucalyptus. Sweeten yourself with lavender, rosemary and chamomile. Hug yourself with the cocoa bean and a touch of cinnamon. Put love in your tea instead of sugar and take it looking at the stars. Heal yourself with the kisses that the wind gives you and the hugs of the rain. Get strong with bare feet on the ground and with everything that is born from it. Get smarter every day by listening to your intuition, looking at the world with the eye of your forehead. Jump, dance, sing, so that you live happier. Heal yourself with beautiful love, and always remember, You are the medicine. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'd love to share a full moon poem with you since it's full moon weekend. This is called Ash Moon. It's from this book, Recital. About 10, 12 years old now, this book. And the whole book is based around the 13 full moons of the year, with kind of other poems kind of threaded in. It's actually an almanac that goes across the year, but is actually set in a kind of 50-year period, kind of reduced down to like an year or an uber year or something. Anyway, I guess this poem is about the need to open your hand to old attachments, to kind of just let them be in their own lives, and to give yourself back into life. And how until we learn that true movement within ourselves, rather than just being some kind of mental construct, that, you know, we don't kind of grow into the love that we are. Ash Moon. Venus, in the morning sky, the ash moon, a chopping blade moving closer to earth. Her gravity, lifting yellow crocus heads to attention, moving cold sap through veins. The ideas I've held on to for nearly 10 years seem thin in the clear light. Jupiter increases. His storms are old. My storms are old. There is no new again. There is now and however. Your cards reply to my letter. It's time to finish things. Time to stop trying to impose order. Saturn is east of the sun. I cut your cards into 4, light them in a candle flame. Mix sage with the ash for cleanliness, for clarity. Not burning your name, but releasing the lives we've imposed order on. The salsa band plays and no one is dancing. The band haven't got anything else. And so, I hang red ribbon strips on the doorposts, coins wrapped in red paper given to the kids for prosperity. The smoke releasing us to new paths, white sage making imposition a choice. The wind-tossed moon cuts up the stars. Sagittarius is running ahead of the morning. So I'd love to close out now with a poem from this book, Full Blood. This is called Every Atom. It actually begins with a quote from a line by Walt Whitman. Whitman's Leaves of Grass is a book that I've been reading my entire life, coming back to again and again. And it's often said that the writer or the poet is in conversation with, you know, the other poets of their time, or the poets that they love, or other artists as well, you know. And this is very much the case. This is not me trying to rewrite Leaves of Grass or anything kind of crazy like that. It's just continuing the conversation, but in this voice and the expression of this soul through, you know, this life. So the line from Whitman is, for every atom belonging to you, as good as belongs to me. This is every atom. Each of us changes when placed next to the other. We place ourselves or are placed or paired, creating stories, a new idea, sometimes love. With love comes the desire to be seen for who we are. From juxtaposition comes the marriage of existence, arranging ourselves as an exhibition of human things. Marriages of the married and unmarried, so many bedrooms and doorways, arranging ourselves as an exhibition of human things. The marriage of shadow and light, born to an impermanent sun, the music between the strings, between the staves, between the musician and the notes, the sea and the sky unified at one horizon, body mind, action and consequence. The writer and his notebook learning the sacrament of ink. The dancer and gravity illustrate the music of freedom and force. The portrait given soul by the painter going beyond technique. Wedding rings on hands held together and apart. Arranging ourselves as gold and as steel, as youth and old age, as prayer and its church, as Christ in the garden, as cobalt is to the truth of the sky, as the sound of the Om, as Omega, as Alpha, and what comes before and after the seed of the sound. An exhibition of human things, a cup turned by hand, held by other hands. The immigrant wedding in colours you didn't even know you could wish for. Seagrass, sand dune, roots and mass, they are entwined. Wave and ocean, water given life from her movement, from his depth. The exhibition of human things, a country and its people, the statistics and the individual. No country without the individual, no marriage without each partner existing within themselves, no marriage without one being seen by the other, no marriage without the creation of context. Consider the decisions, the fragments we make. Alpha, love used as a verb. Omega, love as a choice. Love sometimes is not a choice. It just is or is not. I place my life here and it means something if I choose it to. We place our lives together and they mean something if we choose them to. We tell our stories, for there are always stories. The dancer knows how earth and body relate. The poet journeys the pen through the connections. We choose to believe in statistics or the mystery of marriage between each thing, between the life of each moment, the mystery of marriage, the mystery of human things. So you're just going to notice a very discreet cross dissolve there. That was my neighbour delivering some chocolate. I live on a great street. So we place our lives together and they mean something if we choose them to. Thank you for placing your life with mine today. It's an honour to be able to meditate with you, to share a handful of little poems with you. And I hope to see you again. Hopefully we can actually gather together next time and sit somewhere really beautiful. But until then, have a gorgeous rest of your day and enjoy the mystery of your human things. Bless you.